Hey everyone, welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to dive straight into a quiet but honestly massive misunderstanding that is happening inside almost every company today, and it's all about procurement and finance. Let's kick things off with this quote. Procurement believes it's delivering value every day, but finance believes it's only seeing part of the story. You know the fascinating thing here? They're both absolutely right. It's what we call the invisible performance visibility gap. It's the underlying tension that defines exactly how companies measure, or frankly fail to measure, their own success. Here's our roadmap for today. We'll look at the invisible performance gap, two different truth systems, the reality of finance, the inventory distortion, the supply excesses reconciliation discipline, and finally, translating action into value. Let's get to it. Section 1. The invisible performance gap, or the single truth illusion.
For the longest time, standard business practice pushed this really simple story. Just buy cheaper, spend less, and save more. Procurement negotiates a better price and boom, reports a massive success on day one. But when does that actually become real? Over in the finance system, value isn't real until it literally flows through financial statements and actual cash movement. The single truth illusion totally breaks the moment we realize that buying cheaper does not instantly equal realized financial success.
Section 2. Two different truth systems, or parallel realities.
See, we're dealing with two highly distinct operational realities here, and that's what's causing all this friction. On one hand, procurement tracks potential value. They're looking at negotiated savings, cost avoidance, and sourcing projects. But on the other hand, finance tracks realized value. They're sitting there waiting for actual invoices, inventory movement, and real consumption. So the crucial takeaway is that procurement is tracking potential value in motion, while finance is strictly measuring realized value through cold, hard reality.
Section 3. The reality of finance, focusing on income statements and balance sheets.
To really understand where value lands, we have to step directly into finance's world. Procurement impact only becomes visible when it changes actual cost structures. On the income statement side, value has to flow all the way downward to show up as gross margin improvement or SG&A reduction. And on the balance sheet side, it's all about asset efficiency, managing working capital, and inventory levels. None of these just magically appear from a negotiation. They appear from real consumption over time across these specific financial pillars.
Procurement is not just cost control. It is capital flow management. This is a massive paradigm shift to remember. Everything a company owns is financed by debt, suppliers, or shareholders. So by influencing working capital and inventory levels, procurement's role becomes incredibly strategic. It isn't just about spending less. It's about actively directing how capital flows through the entire business.
Section 4. The inventory distortion. Let's look at a concrete $1 million example.
Imagine a company has a $1 million supplier spend. Procurement steps in, negotiates brilliantly, and secures a 10% reduction. They immediately ring the bell and report a massive $100,000 victory. To them, the job is done. Value locked in.
But finance pushes back. They look at the exact same numbers and just say, not yet. Why? Because reality changes everything. Finance has to wait for actual purchase volume, production consumption, and invoice posting. If demand drops, those savings shrink. If production slows down, the financial impact is totally delayed.
This creates this silent distortion where procurement sees the future instantly, but finance sees the past being consumed. Inventory is usually where these deep misunderstandings start. Procurement sees that new, lower unit price the very second the ink dries on the contract, but finance? They're still looking at the old, expensive inventory sitting in the warehouse that has to be used up before the new pricing even hits the books.
And this builds into what we call the hidden complexity. Even with absolutely perfect sourcing, real business life introduces dynamic friction. We're talking ramp-up delays, supplier transition timing, demand volatility, product mix shifts, and production variability. It's a lot. This friction causes the original savings case to drift. And the real danger here is a massive loss of operational credibility. If finance can't actually see the savings procurement is claiming, trust just breaks down across the entire leadership team.
So how do we fix it? Section 5. The supply flukes is reconciliation discipline for bridging the gap.
Enter the supply axis solution. This is a really robust reconciliation architecture specifically designed to align these two parallel worlds, the fluid motion of procurement and the hard reality of finance. The whole goal is to make that generated value undeniably visible to everyone.
The framework operates on 5 key steps. 1. Establish clear baselines.
so defining starting prices and volume assumptions. 2. Realized volume tracking, measuring actual consumption and purchase orders. 3. Financial mapping, linking sourcing directly to COGS and inventory. 4. Timing alignment, getting exact agreement on when savings start and how old inventory is handled. And 5. Monthly governance, setting up structured review cycles with variance analysis. By actively managing these 5 steps, you effectively bridge the gap between operational action and financial truth.
Finally, Section 6, translating action into value, which is the strategic truth. Procurement creates value. Finance confirms value. Reconciliation makes value visible. Listen, procurement isn't just about switching suppliers. It's fundamentally about margin expansion, cash generation, and operational resilience. Procurement operates in motion, and finance operates in reality. And the truth is, neither department is complete without the other.
I'll leave you with this final, provocative thought to take back to your executive boardrooms. Are you arguing about numbers, or are you actually improving performance? When you use reconciliation to unify your truth systems, something amazing happens. You stop fighting over whose spreadsheet is right, and you start actually transforming the business. Thanks for tuning in to today's Explainer, and I hope this gives you the framework you need to bridge that gap in your own organization.